So far, construction around defense establishments, army camps and munition depots has been very limited, and around 3,000 people have been directly affected. They have been living around these areas and have been battling it out for the past 5 years to get their dilapidated buildings repaired or redeveloped. In the wake of the Adarsh scam, the Defence Ministry had put a hold on all redevelopment projects in the area. They had also made it mandatory for permissions to be obtained from the local military authority, LMAs, as we will refer to, for any construction within a 500-meter radius of the COD. As many as 43 redevelopment projects and nearly 2,400 buildings have been hit due to objections by the ministry. Now the circular from the Defence Ministry has relaxed the ban and could bring hope to these thousands of buyers stuck. Gopal Chinaya Shetty, Member Parliament Mumbai North, joins us for this discussion. Krunal Goda, Representative, Central Ordnance Depot Sufferers Association and Kandivali Ashok Nagar Residents Association, and Ashutosh Limai, National Director, Research, JLL India. So I think I'm going to start first with the person who has got the relief. Krunal Goda, what do you read of this notification which has come from the government? Does it really provide you relief?
Yes, the circular which has come from the government is definitely a gift to us for what we have been waiting across since last 5 years. It has given us a relief not in terms of just for the residents but also to the builders whose projects were stuck. 3,000 homeless people and 43 projects had been starving since last 5 years.
Okay.
So this circular which has reduced the restrictions from 500 meters to 10 meters has made options available and for the people, homeless people, to come back to their homes.
All right. So, Mr. Shetty, my question to you, sir, is I believe you've supported the residents a lot in bringing this ordinance. Are you comfortable that all kind of development will now be permitted? Builders and those people living in homes or dilapidated homes will have no problems at all in undertaking construction?
Yeah, Manisha, not at all, no problem now, because there is only restriction of 10 meter, and for that 10 meter also, if you approach to the Ministry of Defence, if need, they will give permission for that also, as per the notification which is in my hand. But up to 10 meter, you have not to go to any permission to seek any permission from the Defence, and this notification will help not only to the people of Mumbai, but entire Maharashtra and entire country. The people of Mumbai have suffered, but it's a gift to the people of entire nation, I will say.
So, are you saying that the same rule will apply in all other states as well, sir?
Exactly.
Okay. How does that work? I mean, how are these rules applicable to all states?
Because earlier what happened in other states also, the people were suffering because our old constructed houses, I'm not talking about buildings, just nearby the Central Ordnance Depot, they were not getting even permission to repair their house for years and years. Not only years, but for decades. As a member of parliament, I have witnessed in 2.5 years, number of member of parliaments were approaching to then Defence Minister Arun Jaitley ji, and then after Manor Parrikar ji. I am thankful to Manor Parrikar ji on behalf of the people of not only Mumbai but the entire nation for bringing a good justified notification, I will say, which will help. One may not go to defence authorities now. They can approach to the local authorities and get their plan approved sanctions.
All right, so big positive step from the Defence Ministry. Ashutosh Limai, what I mean to ask you is it a huge boost to redevelopment in the city? Because, you know, that's not really been a fast-track process in Mumbai anyhow, minus or plus this ruling.
Yes, I think it opens up more areas for redevelopment. The city needs more houses for its residents. The city needs more amenities, services, social infrastructure. So I think more land will get opened up, will become available for city-related infrastructure as well as housing. Whether the redevelopment will happen immediately or it will take some time, that will depend on the local micro market dynamics. But having made this land available and having made redevelopment possible itself is a big positive step.
All right. Any hope that, you know, with these baby steps that redevelopment is allowed and probably builders, of course, land is so scarce in Mumbai, a commodity, that there will be, builders will start coming forward. There will be any sort of moderation in prices of the housing stock?
Well, I think in big cities and Mumbai definitely, because we have such a shortage of land, I think there will be definitely interest from the developer community to examine possibility of redevelopment here, whether it works economically or otherwise. So I think there will be a lot of interest, and I think the way developers have responded over the last couple of years to the present market conditions, I do hope that they will come out with reasonable plans which are acceptable to the market and which will still give them enough profit margins. So I think there will be more activity, more traction for sure. And I think now it will be a very micro kind of dynamics that will play. How many projects in what period of time, etc. But I think there will be definitely interest from the developer community, and a great step for people who are living in there, because there are several projects which needed redevelopment so badly because they were several decades old structures. They were hazardous, in fact, many of them, and for their own safety, the redevelopment was necessary. So while there is a commercial angle to it, there is definitely a basic need angle to it as well, which I'm so glad that is addressed with.
Absolutely, and you know, it's good to hear some positive news from real estate, especially Mumbai's real estate market. Kunal Goda, I mean, are you part of that group which is looking at redevelopment of dilapidated buildings, or actually bringing in more land for development?
See, the first criteria over here is to get the solved problems for the buildings which are dilapidated, because they are the people who requires more kind of urgent requirement to be noticed than the land developments of the other opportunities which are available in the market.
Correct.
So the prima focus over here for all the people would be repairing the dilapidated building. And of course, when we say that these projects are open up for 10 meters, then there are a lot of opportunities which are there. So I see this going parallelly.
Fair enough, and many congratulations to you. Mr. Shetty, final question. It seems that the government has realized that, you know, with increasing urbanization, probably defense establishments themselves should be shifted further away from the city, right?
Yeah, it is my point from the day one. And after this notification also, I am going to stick on my point, because all the defense establishments should be away from the city. Because if you see earlier, the Mumbai city was up to Bandra mine. So this Kandivali, Malad, COD, these are far away from the Malad, Bandra mine. So now the city has been extended up to Bhainder, I will say. So all these central ordnance depots where are located in the city area, that should be far away from the city. I will definitely approach to the defense minister and to the government also, and I will work on that, and I will see that needful will be done in this.
All right, fair enough. Thank you, Mr. Shetty, for joining us today. Kunal, all the best for redevelopment of your building, and to all the residents. And Ashutosh Limai, always great to have you with us on the Property Show here.